So tell me real quick, you mentioned that you had an appointment last night with a guy who had contacted you. Tell me a little bit about that process, how that phone call came about, and of course the conversation.
Okay, yes. So this was a lead that I reached out to through Zillow. So many of you guys are familiar with the Make Me Move people, and I'm giving away trade secrets here just so you guys can know specifically what I did. No
real
big
quick,
deal.
real quick,
Yeah.
Stop. When you say reach out, be more specific, because I don't want people thinking that you actually picked up the phone in some way, shape, or form and quote unquote begged publicly.
Okay, so specifically what I did was I went on Zillow. I did my research. I found out people that were potentially looking to sell their home. So there's the thing called for sale by owners, but on Zillow, it's essentially called Make Me Move. They list a price, sellers list a price that they'd be willing to sell their house like today. Now, generally speaking, those are typically higher than what the market would bear. So what I did is I created, cover letter. You and I together, Ryan, created a cover letter as well as the book. Here's the book. We sent out the book, sent them out a package in the mail that basically said, hey, not really sure if this can help you or not. I see that you had listed this on Zillow, and hopefully you get some useful information out of it. We were not begging or doing anything other than providing information, right? Providing them information to help them make a more informed, educated decision. So the guy reads the book. I send that out. He probably read it within the first day, literally, because the next day, which was Labor Day, he calls and leaves me a voicemail that essentially says, hey, I read your book. I think it's great. I agree with your approach. Can we meet up for coffee? So I don't call him back, obviously, on Labor Day. I called him back yesterday. He's all excited and amped up when he's talking to me over the phone. All he can really do is recite back what he read in the book. He's reciting back that I agree with your approach at 100%. I think that this is the greatest thing ever. Like, I believe that real estate agents are not trustworthy and all these different things. So he's reciting back all of the critical points in the book. I'm not doing anything but listening to him. So I knew he was so excited. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go out and meet this guy tonight. I'm just going to go ahead and meet him and his wife and, find out how I might be able to help him out. So I get over there, and literally from the time that I walked through the door, like, they basically couldn't stop talking to me. Right? It was basically about the book. It was about all their previous past experiences with realtors, with selling their home and buying other homes, from moving to Oklahoma to Virginia and now wanting to move back. They were telling me the good, the bad, the ugly, even giving me, basically tips on what my next book could be about, stories from, basically stories from hell, right? And, at the end of the day, it was like I met this guy, and he was honestly like a guy that I've known for 15, 20 years. There's only one way that can happen, Ryan, and that's because he identified with me through my book. He got to know who I am, what I stand for, what my message is, what our approach is, how we're unique. And there's nobody else out in the marketplace that's really, truly different. Everybody can say that they have a unique program, a guaranteed sale program. Basically, I'll let you out of your listing agreement early. No questions asked. But these aren't really approaches, right? He felt compelled. He was in the military. He felt compelled. He knew everything about me. So he went from the book. The next place he went was online. He types in my name in Google. And see, once again, when you do something right, you basically get confirmation of that when they basically recite back every step they took to contact you, right? He's telling me he went from the book to making the phone call to going to the internet to researching my name, finding the videos, Gainesville and Bristow Daily Homes, finding out then that I had a radio show, telling me he doesn't know how he's missed my radio show, but he needs to listen to it. And I mean, at the end of the day, these are the type of clients that I want, because they agree with my approach, right? I'm not going in blind. They had already had 3 or 4 real estate agents through their house, all of which were pretty top tier agents. I have nothing bad to say about those agents. So the only difference between them and me was that I took a unique approach, and I actually reached out to him blindly, right? It wasn't like he knew me. Matter of fact, he made the statement that he probably wouldn't have shook my hand if I didn't send him the book.